Incentive programs have long been the key to spur economic growth in New York State. Governor Cuomo promises to strengthen them as he gears up to fix New York's economy. But are those companies the programs attract worth the millions of taxpayer dollars? Our Dan Bazil takes a look down the innovation trail.
Sean and Brendan Gallivan started their business Gallivan Companies while in high school. Now, nearly 2 decades later, they're enjoying some success. They credit most of it to hard work and a big boost from the Empire Zone program.
I think a lot of the benefits that the Empire Zone has offered, we are able to take advantage and allow our companies to continue to retain earnings to allow us to continue to grow the company.
And they've seen a lot of growth. Gallivan Companies, located in Troy, qualified for Empire Zone in 2002 with 10 employees. Today, the Gallivans have 87 employees on their $3 million payroll.
Through the use of some of the tax benefits, property tax, some material taxes on any improvements that we do, it's just, across the board, it's been a great benefit.
The Gallivan brothers are in the landscaping business. One controls the design side. He takes barren backyards and turns them into vacation spots at home. The other one controls the supply side of things. They say the past couple of years have been rough to keep up with Empire Zone guidelines because of the economy.
You're basically forced to continue to grow. It was a challenge. We were hopeful that we could meet those challenges, and we did.
Empire Zone was New York's flagship program for economic development, according to Brian McMahon, executive director of the New York State Economic Development Council. He says the state has a number of tax credits and grants, but he says Empire Zone was the most effective.
And Global Foundries, frankly, probably would not be in Malta without the Empire Zone program.
Global Foundries is the chip fab company that received $1.2 billion in state incentives to build a new plant in New York State. But Empire Zone has been far from perfect. Former Governor David Paterson said that the program was giving entrepreneurs money when they were not creating jobs. McMahon, though, disagrees with that portrayal.
The Empire Zone program, it had a rocky history, there's no doubt about it, but over the years, the problems that were identified were corrected by the legislature.
But take, for example, Gallivan Companies, which is said to be the poster child of Empire Zone. Even with their success, the owners say the program has come back to haunt them.
My biggest concern is the lack of communication with the different level of governments between the state, the county, and at the local level.
The lack of communication? Local zoning. After 9 years under the Empire Zone, the Gallivans are now fighting with local officials who say their land was not properly zoned and they may need to pick up the company and move someplace else.
It's cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars over and top of the benefits that we once received. At this point, trying to fight this legal situation that we have between a local municipality, the county, and the state, it's exceeded anything that we've gotten from a benefit.
One local lawmaker who has supported the Gallivans from the beginning says he's not sure what to make of it all.
As far as I can see, the town is really, they're the authority that should have said, well, this is all properly zoned for this business, and someone slipped up, I guess.
And that is part of the reason why Empire Zone has been replaced with the Excelsior program. The replacement, however, isn't good enough for Governor Cuomo. He's promised to fix it. McMahon says Excelsior needs significant improvement.
Well, the value of the incentives, first of all, are significantly less, and our fear is that they're not sufficient to really attract a company to invest in our communities. And Governor Cuomo also has, I think, recognized this, and he's proposed a couple of very important reforms to the program, which we strongly support.
Those reforms include restructuring the program to provide better incentives for job creation. McMahon says Excelsior could become a real economic engine for New York, especially with tech companies. But first, he says, New York needs to become a friendlier place to do business. For now, he says, incentives like the Excelsior program will help overcome the cost burden and allow New York to compete for jobs on a global scale. On the Innovation Trail for New York Now, I'm Dan Bazil.
The Innovation Trail is a collaboration between 5 public upstate media outlets where the goal is to help you gain a better understanding of the connection between technological breakthroughs and the revitalization of the upstate economy. For more on this story and others like it, you can go to innovationtrail.org.
We've got only a little bit more than a week left until Governor Cuomo has to make his budget proposal. Don't be surprised if next week we see details of it begin.